Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you all so very much for being on my latest Fortnite Creative beginner tutorial video that will show you how you can grant or provide your players with superpowers. Now of course we know that there are a range of superpowers. For this video I'm just going to do those superpower kind of abilities. First is a lot of health for your player, and the second one is basically supercharged way of jumping, which is actually low gravity, but for the purposes of this video it's going to look like your player has the ability to jump really long distances. Now what do you need for that? Well, you need two devices, class selector and class designer. I have both in my quick menu, but let's see them in the content itself. If you search for class, you will have class designer, class selector, and also the class selector UI. We won't go into UIs at all. We're just going to use these two, and I'm going to use a simple button to actually start those superpowers. Like you see, a regular button. So first of all, we're going to place the class designer, then we're going to place the class selector, and lastly we're going to place the button itself. So we're going to place it here. Now, what are we gonna do? Well, we're going to do the next sequence. When I press the button, I'm going to activate the class selector, which is then going to ping the class designer, where I'm going to define what my class is actually able to do. First of all, let's start with the button. I'm going to connect it on interact, send event to, select device, class selector, and select function, change player to class, so that my player, the activating player, gets this class. In the class selector, I'm going to add switch class to class 1. And now with the class 1, I'm going to send the signal to class identifier, again class 1, and we're going to do several things. As you can see, there is a load of options here where you can give different superpowers, let's call it like that, to your players, or different abilities. But in our case, we're going to go first of all for max health, so that we see that everything is working. We're going to set it to 10,000, and we're going to find the gravity option. It's somewhere here, where we're going to edit it. I probably search, here it is. Gravity we're going to set to very low. So with these two, I should immediately see once I press the button, I should immediately see my health go to 10,000, and you're going to see what's going to happen to my ability to jump. So let's try this setup in the game. I'm going to start the game. I'm going to enter the match. And first of all, we're not going to see any changes. As you can see, I have 100 health, but when I go to interact, I have 1000 health, and when I jump, this happens. A lot of jump time, a lot of hang time, and everything else works in a pretty much similar manner. But again, when I go for jump, I have this exceedingly low gravity, exceedingly low force of gravity that is providing something like a superhero power, which is sending me up and away. Of course, like you saw, there is so much to kind of do and change and edit in the class designer. You can define or design your own superpowers, of course, then connect them or combine them with a particular class. But this is the basic setup. So you have an activating device sending the signal to class selector, which is then sending the signal to the device that is not visible in the game, which is the class designer. Pretty simple, pretty direct, a lot of versatility, a lot of options, a lot of different possibilities that you can play with to give your players superpowers. That's all for this video. Hopefully you found it useful, hopefully you found it informative. If you did, please consider supporting me through several means. First of all, you have my Patreon page. You can check out my Patreon, become my Patreon supporter. I would love to promote you and your work as well. Then you have my channel memberships, where you can simply become a member of my channel, send me money regularly through YouTube, and you have the ability to buy my books on Amazon, including my latest best-selling book, better said my best-selling book, which is a short book that can help you overcome procrastination and wasting time, a time that you can then spend on making Fortnite Creative maps. Finally, the cheapest, easiest way to support me, you ask? Just leave a like, leave a subscribe, and be here for my new videos. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ivica. Hope I'm going to see you on my next video, and until then, have loads of fun in your Fortnite creative adventures. Bye bye.